Welcome to Simply Money. On today's episode, we're going to talk about more than simply money. In fact, we're going to look at the impact of money stress on your well-being and your mental health. So join us today as we dive into this very important topic on how to get control of your finances to improve your stress levels and your mental health and well-being. Money is a universal issue. It impacts all of us. It's like a thread weaving through a cloth. It holds societies together. I'm not talking about having this single vision of money and this all-controlling factor about money, but the reality is, we all need money. We all have stories about how money has impacted us, either positively or negatively. It can impact us as we go to the grocery store and we're trying to figure out, should we buy this item or that item, because we only have so many dollars and we have to decide what is most important for our family. Perhaps we have stories about how it's impacted us positively and it allowed us to do something nice for somebody we care about, or have an experience with people we care about. Money holds societies together, but it can also be a weight that crumbles individuals. If we do not get control of our money, if we do not budget our money, if we do not understand how to manage our money, money will control and manage us. That's where stress derives from. Money controlling us instead of us dictating what our money does for us. Why does money create stress? Because it impacts all of us, just like a pop quiz. Remember when you were in school and you went to class and the teacher said, "Oh, there's a pop quiz," and you freaked out. You weren't expecting it. Maybe you had a game the night before. Maybe you went on a date the night before. Maybe you were just tired and went to bed early and you didn't do your homework and you were not prepared. That is why having a savings account for emergencies is so important. It alleviates that stress. I am prepared if something happens. It becomes an inconvenience instead of an emergency. That way, when something happens, we can deal with it and we can mitigate the impact it has on us immediately. Saving and preparing for these things is vital. Stress is created by money because things like inflation continue to impact our spending power. We also get caught up in lifestyle creep. When we do get a pay raise or increase of income, we tend to increase our cost of living. I have a video, check out the link below, that I talk strictly about lifestyle creep and its strategies to avoid it and how to plan to make your income increases work towards your financial freedom. But currently, we have to deal with how to avoid the stress caused by money issues. Let's continue to dive into this and get a hold of our money so it doesn't control us. One of the things that's creating much stress in people's lives about money are topics such as education, healthcare, or retirement. These are three of the biggest impacts on our finances that have seen the greatest increase of cost over the last years. This increase has put an enormous stress upon individuals, but it's important to make sure we're planning for this. It's important to make that part of our financial goals. If we plan on going to school, if we plan on helping our children with their education, if we need health care, or we're looking for retirement or financial freedom in the future, we have to have a plan and a goal. It's not just about writing it out and following the plan. We need to find resources. Places like this channel and many other channels out there. There are resources that you can look up within your community, within your civic organizations, to help you with the resources you need to make the plan, to reduce the cost. There are so many opportunities. Many of the stresses are caused because we don't know or have the resources available. I want to encourage you to reach out. Leave a comment. What are some resources you need? I'll do my best to provide some links and some other resources in areas that you have specific needs for. We all need one another when it comes to finances. It's not about carrying someone else's burden or doing it for them. It's about helping equip them and empower them and helping them find the resources they need. That's how community comes together. Whether it's teaching, whether it's showing them some skill, we can all make an impact on others around us to remove financial stresses, to increase the emotional stability and well-being of those around us. Let's look real quick at one of the biggest culprits out there, inflation. This past year, inflation has really crept in on people and has had us having to make cutbacks in areas. Maybe we don't get to go out to eat. Maybe we have to look at ways. I want to encourage you, tough times sometimes require tough decisions. Instead of going out to eat, look at ways of enjoying the experience in a more economical way. If you like to go out after work for drinks, drinks. Maybe you have people over and you make the drinks at home where it's far cheaper. There are lots of ways. You have to become creative sometimes to find ways to reduce your spending. It's okay. It's not a knock on your self-worth. It's not a knock on your status and community. You need to look at yourself honestly in the mirror and say, what's most important to me? Where can I cut back? Because you know what? We spend a lot of time worrying about the car we drive to impress people we never know. We stop at a red light and we're wanting them to look at us in our fancy car. Or maybe we want to live in the neighborhood where people think that we're better because we live in a certain place. If that's where your self-esteem is deriving from, I want to encourage you to seek some support on dealing with that, because your self-worth is not derived from how much money you make or how much money you have, where you live, or what you drive. Those are things that should be able to be obtained if you have the financial means, but they don't change who you are or your self-worth. So let's make the connection real quick. We understand that money can cause us great stress, and that stress can wreak havoc upon us in our mental well-being. But then it continues that mental stress impacts us physically. It can reduce our sleep. It can cause us to feel a heartbeat racing. It can have a physical impact on us. Maybe we turn to eating or not working out. We go into a depression. Maybe we have anxiety. All sorts of other things can be triggered from the mental health status created by stress of money. So let's go to the root of the problem and get control of our money issues so we can reduce the mental health and we can increase our physical well-being. But we can also do things working the other way. Get yourself in better health, eat better, try to sleep better, get a good night's rest. Those types of things can be important to reducing mental stress and mental health as well, which can impact the way we spend our money, because sometimes we become stressed and we go and do the very thing that created the stress. We go spend more. We go on a shopping spree. We go increase our spending. We buy a new car. We go into debt. All sorts of things can creep in to try to soothe our physical and emotional pain, which only catapult the problem further. It can become a vicious cycle. Being aware of your circumstances, being aware of your triggers can be an important element in overcoming them and dealing with them. Acknowledge them. Find somebody that you trust that you can talk to. Let them know that you're stressed about money and that you have a tendency when you become stressed about money to spend money, and have them hold you accountable. Find someone you can trust who will be honest with you, but still encourage and be compassionate with you. It's a fine line. Sometimes we need to be told, hey, you're acting foolish. I know I need that. I know shame is one of the biggest things people deal with money. Often people feel ashamed because they don't have enough money or they're not at the same status as somebody else. Whatever the case may be, shame holds a huge control on mental well-being. We need to get a hold of that, and that's where you need that accountability. You need somebody you can trust, that you can talk to them about that. There is no shame. You work hard each day. You do what you need to do. Then find control of your finances. Build a budget. Manage your money. That way that hard work isn't creating more stress. You already work hard enough as it is. Let's make that impact by taking control of where that money is going and get the money working for us instead of against. I would also encourage many people who are really struggling with finances, financial stress, and mental health stress to get professional help, whether it be a therapist or a financial coach, somebody to provide you professional help on dealing with not only the symptoms of your struggles, but the root causes and ways to overcome those. Professional help can be your key to finding the freedom of these things that are holding you captive. We all need help at various times with various things in our life, and there should be no shame in seeking that help. I encourage you to reach out to those around you for professional help where needed. Now, this isn't going to solve your problem, but we need to find strong coping mechanisms to help deal with the stress. First, you need to get control of your finances. You need to get on a budget. You need to manage your money. Without that, you're going to continue in the same cycle. It doesn't matter if you get a pay raise. A survey was done years ago, and they asked people of various income levels, whether it be $30,000 that they made or $100,000 that they made, and everything in between. And they asked them, how much do you need to make to live comfortably, to get over this stress? And everyone almost to the T answered about $10,000 more than they were currently making. That's not the problem. The problem isn't always income level. Yes, there are those that need to make more. I understand that. But the majority of people need to manage what they already make better. That is who I want to talk to. This is what this is for. For those who have the money that need to get better management of it. Your mental state and your physical state are very important, and you need to find things to help alleviate the stress. Find hobbies that help you push yourself into positive mindsets. Find things that help relax you. Maybe it's reading a book. Maybe it's creating something. Do something that brings you a self of purpose and a self of hope. Those can be positive things that help relieve stress. Again, they're not the solution, but they can be things that help keep you from the triggers that drive you to making the bad decisions. Get control of your money. Once again, I'm going to say it. You're going to hear this. Any video you hear from me, almost always you're going to hear me say, you need to have a budget. You need to have a plan for your money, and you need to stick to it, because it doesn't matter. You can make $1 million a year. Watch NFL players, NBA players, many of them go broke shortly after they leave the league because they never learned how to manage their money. Doesn't matter how much they made. If you don't manage it, you will blow it. Get control of your money. That is the key to financial freedom. And the last thing I want to talk about is invest in yourself. You can invest in index funds, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in real estate. There are a lot of assets you can invest in, but investing in your own personal growth, there is no greater asset than that. It doesn't matter if the economy crashes. It doesn't matter if the housing market crashes. If you invest in yourself, that is an investment that can never lose value. Invest in your knowledge, invest in your abilities, and find new skills that you can apply to increase your income. Find things you can invest in yourself. That is your best investment. Get your mental health, your physical health strong, and that is your best investment ever. The relationship between stress and money is very complex. It's like the northern lights dancing on the horizon, the light flickering between the darkness. It's a very complex situation and has great ramifications. This video isn't going to solve all your problems, but I hope it gets you on the right path to making decisions to help remove and relieve that stress. We look forward to helping you further with other financial needs and knowledge-based ideas to get you on the journey to your financial freedom. Thank you for joining us at Simply Money. And today's topic, which was way more than money, is your well-being, your strong mental state to control your destiny. I hope to see you on the journey, and I hope to see you at your destiny of financial freedom soon. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us out to continue to provide you helpful and useful information in future videos. We'll see you next time.